Strategies, what we're looking at is that old chestnut, the nukite or spearhand technique. And you find it in numerous katas. Sometimes it looks like this, and sometimes it looks like this. But this spearhand leads us to lots of interesting conversations with people who have got common sense, who see what we do in karate, and they go, well, you're never going to shove your fingertips through someone's chest. And so all those legends build up about how we've got to plunge our fingers into buckets of sand and pebbles and, you know, molten lava and stuff to get your hands strong enough to be able to do it. The fact of it is, the celebrated founders of styles tend to be people who needed their hands for writing literature in a time when it wasn't common. They couldn't afford to have their fingers busted up in that bad way. They had to be able to use them. From school teachers to heads of police departments to secretaries to Okinawan kings, they needed their hands. So they didn't go grinding them through buckets of sand and stones. Instead, you have to have a look at this and say, what target can I shove this in? Well, this is a good one, but this is up high. And in kata, we find this delivered down low. So the question actually comes down to, how do you get that down here? And the answer comes from the move that comes before this one. So if we've got hands on here, and we go like that, then the throat is right in front of our weapon. And as such, it fits the application. But let's show you some variations on this, just so that we can get a few variables in. Firstly, straight in is fine, but we don't ever really want to be nose to nose if we can help it. So on this occasion, we might well take it that maybe we move off to the side and we take a line on that vein and artery collection there, and we bring it in that way. If it slips, then the thumb catches the airway. So we work it out both sides. And if I happen to be on the wrong side, then we just turn the hand over and take it that way instead. And this occurs in kata because we take the head from that direction instead of that direction. Let's have a look at some others. It might be that we're in here and we pull this down and shove this through. Then our spear hand is for procuring the clothing while we crank this down on the head, and this gives us a very nasty angle. Now we're looking at alternative weapons as we catch clothing here. We might look at other parts of the nukite apart from fingertips going in soft places. We might think about all of this. So we pull this down and just drive this directly across. And that kind of bump and slide motion is enough to give them something to think about before we deliver something else. It might be that we really take the balance and we take that all the way back there and then come in to give us a different line on the target altogether. So that instead of thinking the soft material here, you think about the soft material up under here. How do you gain access to that? You make it available to you and then take it. This gives us other uses for the spear hand. Effectively, we look at all this soft tissue here and we think on this plane, going round the targets here, and what we have to do to this object to get them in the right place. And the key to how to do that lies in the kata. So it might be that maybe I'm too late and I have to deal with the hook. We come in there and then we fold it. And then we dig straight in, or we go over the top, or we go underneath. It might be that we turn the head, or it might be that we don't turn the head and just catch the airway. Whatever we do with this, it comes down to what we do with that in order to gain access to it. Now, just to take that off and go, well, you do a lot on the neck, what about elsewhere? I'm not going to go sticking my fingers in here, it's just not going to catch. But we might well come here, and now this looks like a nukite. It might well be that we get this completely hooked up here, and now this is a nukite. and that's the part that's doing the work. This can either be on top here, or it might be that we go underneath. So you see we've got lots of different planes that we can stick this on. And yes, we could do something with the leg, the same way as we do something with the arm, and the same way as we do something with the neck. But that's for you to work out as you look at your kata with that piece of information now as your tool.